I'm going to leave that to the Latino writers.
And when you respond, I need you to come close to the microphone.
Go.
I'm going to leave this to the Latino writers.
Go, Jacob.
We feel fantastic. This is amazing, and I mean, I have no idea what is going to happen with Latino writers. They should keep writing. I mean, shit happens.
No, but I have to say something. This film owes a lot to Julio Cortázar, to Jorge Luis Borges, to Ernesto Sábato, to Octavio Paz, to Carlos Fuentes. You know, I think we all own all those incredible, and many others, obviously, Juan Rulfo, Arreola, and I don't know how many other great writers, but I think we all, including this guy that is not from here, but he has read those. I think there's a lot of the vein and the blood and the pulse of the Latin American writers in this film.
We're going to 15 and then 222.
First of all, congratulations to you guys. My question for you is, you know, Birdman, the story is it's about show business and it hits so close to home. Through the writing, through developing the screenplay, what kind of new experiences or new things that you guys found out about yourselves through the experience of screenplay writing and directing and everything?
I feel like when Alejandro called us, he had an idea that was an abstraction on its own. And he said, I don't know what this is, but I want to make it, and this is how I want to make it. And he just forced us, I think we were the first round of people that he forced to just jump down the rabbit hole with him and fly. And I think as a writer, you sort of want to control things structurally, dialogue-wise, you want to be in control of what you're writing. He didn't allow that with Birdman. And so it was constant battle with ourselves, and we knew there would be no editing, so whatever we wrote would end up on the screen, which is the hardest part of writing the script to Birdman, is you can't edit ourselves in the editing room, and you couldn't edit us on set because the Chivo and Alejandro had the camera choreographed to half an inch of its life. And so it was a real challenge to, one, let go, and two, let go in such chaos and feel okay about it. And somehow he does that with his voice and his smile and his passion, and you're like, okay, I'll make a fool of myself for you. And I think if you ask us, we'd say that, and if you ask Keaton, he would say that, and the rest of the cast, and everybody. That's what Alejandro demanded, and that's what came out, for better or worse, on the screen.
We're going to 222 and then 176.
Eric Kelsey, Reuters. How did you convince Fox Searchlight to make this movie?
In my Mexican style, I just showed them my gun. I said, hi, do you want to do it? No, I think, you know, it was a very, very, in a way, a long road to be selling this with your hat and with your heart and said, guys, this is what we want to do. And honestly, it was a difficult, you know, take. I'm not bitter or even, I don't blame the people that didn't finance this film. I think when you hear the idea of this film, and in that case, you know, even to make this in a one take and drums and Michael Keaton in that time. So, I mean, everything sounds so risky in the, I would say, I don't like this word, but it is, in the horrible corporate mentality of the film industry now that nobody could see the light out of this. And so Fox Searchlight, in a way that they are, in a way, smart guys, and we know each other, and they trust in me. I think I couldn't be more grateful for them to jump, put a part of it. Then the first one to jump was New Regency, then Fox Searchlight, and then Worldview. And between these three companies, we make what we needed. And it was incredible that they really put something, because it could have been a disaster, and it was very responsible to have made this film, honestly.
176 and then 252.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for this movie, guys. I really loved it. Edward Norton and Michael Keaton do the roles very good. Were they in your heads already in the writing of the script? And also, will there be a Birdman 4?
No, honestly, this is one of those films that it was a meticulous rehearsal, and there was very, very little changes in the rehearsals. I think all of them really loved the writing. All of them really embraced what the words said. And in a way, there was no freedom. I think all the rehearsals were really meticulous performed, and they just bring the talent and the spirit and the way for these stiff words and stiff things just fly by the talent of their souls and their knowledge and their power. But there was not a lot of changes. They really loved what it was written originally.
Okay, give me 1 second. So we're going to 252, and then I'm going to end this group with 161. Then we'll have the other writers leave. Mr. Inarritu will stay again, and we'll add the producers. So 252.
Alejandro, can I just ask you, over here, thanks. Congratulations on your award. Following on from a previous question, with the glut of superhero films, have you found with the success of this film any change in the sentiment towards any of the independent film projects you have, or the more independent-minded projects you have?
I don't think it reflects one thing against the other, though Alejandro would tell you. The commentary was, I think, as conceived by Alejandro, was about all of us. It was about our egos. So it was about actors' egos. It was about writers. It was about critics, which didn't go over really well. But it was about the thing that makes us human. And so I don't think it reflects one way or another against superheroes as a franchise or the mode of movies as they exist right now. It exists as an independent piece that might be a meditation on ego and just reflects the time. And at this particular time, it happens to be superhero movies. There might be another time where we'd say it's the action film or the so on and so forth. At this particular, reflecting the mirror against what's happening right now, it happens to be superhero films. But in 10 years, this might have been a commentary on something else. So I think Alejandro's point was to...
And to the previous question, Birdman 4 opens next summer.
We're going to end this round with 161.
Alejandro, a lot of people didn't see the humor in Mr. Penn's joke in announcing the last award of the evening. Can you discuss that and whether you thought there was any sort of ill intent there?
I found it hilarious. Sean and I have that kind of brutal relation where only true friendship can survive, which is honestly and joke about things that any other that can tell you that you will be mad when a friend of like that caliber tells you. When I was directing him in 21 Grams, he was always making jokes about that, and I make on him a lot of very tough jobs that I will not tell you. But anyway, we have that kind of relation of old friendship. I didn't find him offensive. I think was very funny in my personal view.